Hello, Prince. How are you? Prince, is the sound okay? Okay, good. Is that course through school? Okay. That video's name was not Asmar, but somebody kept telling me, oh, you should name it Asmar, it'll get more views and all that. So I put that word in there, but it was not created for that. Get that Me, My Psyche, and I ebook, which is very affordable now, because in that I have a big chapter on meditation, and that will tell you exactly what to do. And that meditation is a meditation that after many years, maybe 40 years, I came up with that system, and I find it very, very good, very strong. Hello, Don. How are you? Today everybody seems to be sleeping. There's only two of you here. I haven't seen anybody else saying hello, so I'm wondering, are we a dying out breed or what? What's going on? When I'm having a live talk on the amazing things in the world Facebook page, we got a lot more people there. But my own Facebook page has over, hello, Brian. Fine. Now they're coming out of the woodwork. Dallas, there you go. You guys don't show your faces. What are you? Been a bandit? You're scared of me? Or have you done something wrong that you don't want to say where you are hiding? So my Facebook page now, we have about 16,000 subscribers, from which we get a few hundred every time we have a live talk. However, it would be good if we can expand it. At the end of this month, not this month, at the end of, close to the end of October, I have a local get-together with the people who have signed up. It's we have a meetup group, like you can have meetup everywhere in the world. We have a meetup group about the topics that we talk about: thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, relationships, and so on and so forth. But that will be physically present, like everybody would be physically present, and then we will have a discussion there. I like to see our group rise to a number that where we can actually, hold some events sometime somewhere in the world, and that would be wonderful. So let's see who has shown up since our few minutes. So we have Dallas saying hello. Hello, dear. We have Amber. Hello, Amber. Dallas is dedicated. She says, I'm working and listening to you. Lovely. Hope we do not interrupt your work. And Russell says, I see 8 lines. Okay. Kunal says, hello, sir. I've been reading your ebook, Me, My Psyche, and I. Real good. Thanks. Well, good. It's a good advertisement for the book right here. But I want to tell you guys, with the prices that I've made sure it could be affordable in any currency in the world, there are no excuses. You guys go and get that book and start reading it whenever you feel like it. There are lots of little goodies in there which can make you ponder. Me, My Psyche, and I. Go on my site. If you go on Amazon, it has the old prices, which is, I don't know, $34 or $26, $27. But on my own site is like, what is it, $5.99? So no excuse. I don't want to get any more emails saying, I want to have your book, but you know, the US currency is so expensive here, and you know, that could be anywhere in the world. Now, as one of you said, is the price of coffee. Go get it. That's it. The Breakup Pain Handbook, which is about 600 pages, is $6.99. And then I put the other one, Me, My Psyche, and I think is 360 pages. And that's only $5.99. And the Transient Thoughts and Me is $4.99. So some of you, I've seen it, but then the list comes, have bought all of them. I guess altogether is like $15 or something. Every 2 is $10. So I've made it so affordable that because I want you guys to have it. I don't want it to be an economical point for me, but I want it to be something that you guys can get your hands on. That's why. I would have made it free, but I can't, because PayPal wants their money and the marketing company takes their cut and so on. So there is really, at my part, there's nothing in there. So go ahead and take advantage of it. I'd be delighted if you guys each can have one. Or, you know, I don't know, do whatever you got to do with it and enjoy the contents. So go on my site and check out the End of Fear video, which was a seminar I did at the local university just last year. And that has a 10-minute free video that you can watch it, and the price is, I don't know, $8.50 or something, very nominal. That is also very good to show you the relationship between thought and time, and thought and fear, and how this whole thing starts. And it's a pondering video. It's a good one. I would enjoy it if you guys get your hands on it. And then, of course, if there is any need for any personal one-on-one consultation, Skype consultation, you know I have that service. I do that all around the week with people around the world. You can book your time, and it will send me your choices of their time, and I'll confirm it with the Skype code, and then we can chat on your issues. Having said all that, let's see if we have any questions here regarding thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, and relationships, and things that you go through in your daily life, how you negotiate your life on whatever you're facing with every day. So let's see. Byron says, Brian, Mr. Meron, what do you think about marriage with other nationality like Iranian and Chinese? Unless you want to tell me that Iranians are not from human race, or the Chinese come from a different planet, or the British or French or Japanese or Germans each come from a different species. The only thing that separates us is not where in the world we were born or what languages we speak. That cannot separate us. The only thing that separates us as a species, a human being, is how our consciousness is formed. So if you guys can bond on consciousness level, can love and respect and be unselfish toward each other, be truthful to each other, and become a compromising entities, hoping to create one common order as much as possible, because she has her own order based on what and how her consciousness has been put together, and you have your own order, your way of doing things in life based on how your consciousness has been put together. And each of your consciousnesses have been put together very differently. Whether you, even if you were living side by side in the same neighborhood, it would have been different, depending on what books and what people you were exposed to, what teachers and what religion and backgrounds and nationality or customs and regulation. And each family has their own little customs too, and all of that would have made you still difference. Now, let alone being from two different countries, definitely your consciousnesses are put together, built differently. But that is the same with anybody else, whether they're the same nationality or not. So the key is to try to understand and bond on consciousness level, not on physical and sexual level, because that's easy. Every one of us are programmed for procreation, and every one of us is programmed to be interested in intimacy with someone of your choice. So that is not something that you need to worry about. That's easy. But what it is to try and make sure you guys understand that you are not what you look at. You are the center of you. What is the content of your consciousness? That is what explains you, defines you. Not who likes you, how much money you have, and how good looking you are, what kind of whatever shape of body you have done, or what your hair color is, or what if you have shaved your hair or not, or whatever it is. It's not about the physical form. The physical form is like an invitation. But once that invitation is over, somebody invites you in their home, great, you go into their home. But once you enter the home, the invitation part is over. Depends how stinky their home is, how clean it is, what kind of a quality of food is there, what kind of a music, what kind of activities. All of that makes that experience of invitation good or bad, or worthwhile to stay, or just ship out right away, go out from where you came from. So if you understand that your question has nothing to do with the language and even culture, it has to do with your willingness, both of you, to go deeper inside each other, find out how as a human being, how aware are you as a human being about your own consciousness and what it is that makes you feel, think, act and react the way you do, and not be so stuck with your way, my Chinese way, or my Iranian way, or my French way, or my German way. These are all things that you've been conditioned to think is good or bad, but has nothing to do with humanity. Humanity is way bigger than the nationality. So focus on that and understand each other and bond with each other on the basis of the contents of your consciousness, compromise, and create a common order. The way she used to do things in her place or her life, personal, single life, and the way you were doing it now. When you get together, her orders, her way of doing things will disturb yours, and your order, your way of doing things will disturb hers. But by understanding what I just talked about, you can create a common order as much as possible, which that would be your new order, your cooperating order, and then go from there. But don't try to make her like the girls or the mentality that is in Iran, and don't ask her not to try to make you to become like the guys or the mentality of the guys in China. Still be what you are, but do not impose each other's traditions and customs more than novelty, more than necessary, more than comfortable level to each other. Again, that's a certain way of compromising, and also respect for who and how your roots are. So it is possible to respect each other's roots, and yet still be able to create a common ground, noticing and based on understanding each other's consciousness, ways, and the differences. And it's okay to be different. You're not supposed to get married and say, okay, now we are just one. Exactly how I think is you, the way you think, and da-da-da-da. No, controlling each other. No, it is beautiful to be different. As long as you're understanding and logical and reasonable and work toward a common goal together, then the little differences is okay. You'll always talk about it and find a solution. So, on that note, no, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, good luck, guys. So, you're welcome, Brian. Now we have Mark. Says the legendary Mehran graces us with his epic return. I have one silly but genuine question. Go ahead. Can meditation help us? Oh, great, Brenda. Good, good. I'm glad you did that. Now, where was I? Okay. We were talking with Mark. Mark said, can meditation help us focus to sleep better amidst loud snores? I think it would be better to teach a person who's snoring do meditation to fall deep asleep. Or maybe just a little, you know, something in your ear would be better than meditation. Well, if your own deep sleep is generated by you, if your sleep becomes deep, it'd be less likely you would be so easily noticing the snoring of whoever is also sleeping in close proximity of you. There's another sure thing, but meditation brings the level of oscillations and level of activity of your mind down to infinitely imperceptible ripples, which means decrease it very, very much, which creates tranquility and rest in the mind. And when the mind becomes so inactive or less active, because it never becomes inactive unless we die, when it becomes so less active, then it falls asleep easily and goes deeper. And that is perhaps the benefit of the meditation in that case. But also it is rather more difficult if that person sleeps first and is snoring, and then you come into the room to want to sleep, because you're always aware of that noise. But if you sleep first and you're deep in sleep, and when that person comes to sleep later, you're already gone, and it's less likely you will just be woken up by the sound of the snore. You may not even hear it because you're already deep gone. That's pretty much all I have to say, because I don't know really how sensitive you are and how loud that thing is. But meditation is always good, whether it's going to help you with that or not. It's always good. At least makes you go deeper in sleep, which is great by itself. So you had to throw a difficult question, didn't you, Mark? Russell, how to keep going through the toughest time of my life? Well, this question can share the answer to the question of what did Christopher Columbus do after his ship arrived to the shores of the Americas and he put the first step on the soil? What did Christopher Columbus do after he put his first step on the soil from his ship? The answer is, put the next foot in, next step in. Otherwise, he can't stand on one leg, So you have to put the next foot down as well, which means steady stride. Keep going. Keep taking the steps toward what it is in your life that you have to do, regardless of what comes along, because there is no chance. If you imagine and think of yourself, think of human being as horses, and think of life as the wagon that these horses are pulling. But the wagon and the horses are connected by chains, not blocks of wood, not solid object, not flexible, not inflexible object, as you see it in the movies. They're connected by chains. So as the horses are going, the chains become, tight, and they're pulling the wagons. So the horses are you, and the wagon is life, and you're going. Now, if you see an obstacle in front, if the horses see an obstacle in front, if they stop, well, nothing to stop the wagon because, it's chained. It just crushes them in the back. It folds in and crushes in the back. So there is no chance for you to stop. The horses have to jump over the fences. So any obstacle you see in life, you must continue. Go around it, jump over it, whatever it is. Because if you get stuck, life doesn't give a shit. It's just going to come down and crush you. So you got to be always ahead of life, which means never give up. Constantly keep taking a step forward. I don't care how small that step is, just keep going forward. That's the first part of your question. Second part is, if I can find it. What mindset and actions can be taken in order to get through the storm and find joy? Well, I guess I just explained it without having read the second part of the question. The mindset would be that you always should know that the storm cannot last. It will have a duration, like everything else. But human being is accustomed to think that what I see and what I'm going through is final. Funny thing is that all along we're sitting around and our mind is busy conjuring up, something in the future that hasn't happened yet, and we worry about it because we believe that something in the future of that sort that we're thinking can happen, will happen, and we go nuts about it, and we try to solve what has even happened, what has even not happened yet. We try to solve it now because we thought of it, because we believe there is a future. But yet, when something bad is happening to you, or something that challenging that you're going through, you suddenly think this is final. There is no more change, there is no future, there is no way this thing will end, or will change, or will be modified, or you will handle it because time goes on, things will change. You will think this is it. But life is like the ocean waves. The waves keeps coming, and next one's coming. It's not the last wave. And the next one coming. It's not the last wave. And there are waves that you haven't even seen and are not able to even see it because they're not in the field of your vision. They have started from the middle of the ocean that there's no way in hell you can see it. But they are coming, and they're bringing solutions. They're bringing stuff that you need. They're bringing nutrition. They're bringing goodies. They're bringing stuff. They're bringing utilities, facilities, equipment, food, opportunities. They are the waves that your boat needs to be lifted off the shore and come back into the ocean, start moving away and going to where you want to go. There are things that you're not aware of, and they're always in motion towards you. Yet because you cannot see it or feel it, it's not happening at that very moment that you're going through something difficult, you think that what you're going through, the difficult thing, the challenge, is final. There's no way out of it. That's like saying you live in a pond. You live in an ocean. Life is an ocean. It's a moving ocean. It's all kinds of possibilities all around it is coming. So never despair. Never think that this is the end until the end comes, which at that point there will be, I believe, oneness with the energy, and then we will find out what's going to be afterwards. Until then, you should believe and understand that you're living in an ocean of life. Universe has got so much movement and flow of energy that you cannot say what you're going through is final. I don't have money, it's final. I have money, it's final. This didn't work out, that's final. Well, something else will work out. Life is not summed up into one thing, happening or not happening. Opportunity in business, development and excitements, accomplishments or not able to, a relationship or not. There are always going to be other ones. If there's one relationship possibility, there are millions of relationship possibilities are out there. But you just happen to be facing with this one. So if this one didn't work, there will be another one, just like this one appeared. Before it appeared, you thought, there's nothing there, but it just appeared. Before that opportunity appeared, there was no opportunity of whatever kind it may be, but it did appear. So there are, for the same reason and logic, there are other opportunities that will come about. You may not see it now, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Yeah? On that premise, on that mindset, you always do what you got to do, because things always change. There's still another wave that is coming, and always there will be waves coming that you can't even see, but they're in the works, have started coming towards you. So, you're welcome, Brian. You're welcome. Okay. We are caught up with all the questions now, so we will look for new ones. So Brenda says, just got your book last week. How do you enjoy it, Brenda? I hope that, I think we spoke with you maybe, or didn't we? No, just read a little bit every time. Don't read it like a novel. Just read bits today, a little bit tomorrow, whenever you feel like it. Because I want you to read it and think about it and absorb it, stuff that is in there. Yes, good. A bit at a time. So, Prince, maybe we should check the time. Maybe we ran out of questions, and if that's so, I don't want to keep you guys too long. So let's check the time and see if we've had enough. Kept you around. It's your Saturday, you may have other things to do. First time in a few weeks, we actually have supposedly a good weather. I can see the sky, I can see the clouds. And apparently the air quality is saying it's excellent. So that's good news. But we hope it will stay, because the fires around BC still haven't been put out. We had a number of hundreds of other firefighters from other countries have so graciously come to Canada to help with our own firefighters, and they're fast at work, hard at work. We wish them well. Okay, Brenda, have a good time. Okay, it's 12:07. All right, guys, I think we will end our discussion today, and we hope that you will all have a wonderful week this week coming and sort out things for yourself. And we look forward to see you Next week, Dallas says, what motivated you to start your YouTube channel? Dallas, that's a long answer. If you come to my live talk tomorrow at the Amazing Things in the World, which I'll put the post on my own Facebook, I can answer that tomorrow, if you will, because now we started to wrap it up, and I like to be elaborate on your question. And so we'll deal with it tomorrow or next week, whenever you arrive again. Just, make that question again. Okay, guys, thanks again for being here. Love you all. Be good to yourself and to the others, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.